That's right, this is going to be part 2 of all my McFarlane toys. So we're going to be talking about and going through all of my loose details of each figure and everything. So, and also including, I got a couple that we're going to start with. So we're going to jump right into it, and I'll see you there with the first one. First one we're going to go into is this big old guy right here. This right here is the Wings of Redemption Spawn. This released back in October of 2004. I mean, this is freaking crazy. I mean, this is a 12-inch figure right here. It is full with detail. It is dirty. I gotta clean it up and everything. I've been having this for years. I'm surprised I even, still have it. But I'm glad I still have it. This is one amazing figure. I am definitely looking for this right here in full box, all prestige, nice, but I will still keep this and display it. But yeah, I love this one. Anybody is familiar with the HBO series that came out back in like the late 90s? There is the TV show movie, and I have the second animated movie that came out on HBO. This is called Spawn 2, and everything is complete. Yes, it is DVD. That it's got the DVD in it. I mean, this is so wild. If you haven't seen this, I recommend seeing this right here, because this right here is just one hell of a fucking movie. Like, seriously. I mean, this is just crazy. When it came out when I was a kid, oh my god, sneaking and just watching it, and it was just like, ooh, what is that? Oh my god. But this right. All right, so the next one is Rob Zombie. You know who Rob Zombie is, right? All right, so McFarlane does a lot of rock and roll figures and movie horror figures and stuff like that. And you already know that Rob Zombie is a major horror flick fanatic. If you ever seen his house, on MTV Cribs, and whenever he's just showing off what he has, I mean, come on, you already know that he is a badass director for horror movies. If you haven't seen House of a Thousand Corpses, I mean, come on. Or The Devil Rejects, I mean, come on, man. But I do have a figure that came out in July of 2000, and this is called the Rock and Roll Horror, and this is Rob Zombie himself in a rock and roll horror figure. Now, I lost his arm. Granted, I've been having these figures. I lost his arm. There's a few other accessories. There's also a fence, and it goes along here. That was like, I hate that I lost that, because that was just part of it, and it was just so iconic with this figure. But very detailed. Love this figure. That figure is just awesome. Wish I never opened it, but it does look good as a display figure. So we got Wings of Redemption Spawn. We have the DVD, and we went over the Rob Zombie figure. Now we're going to get into even more of my loose figures, detail by detail, figure by figure. Now some of these I am going to include the comic, so you get a better idea of where the art came from. Some I do not have the comics, but of what I do have, I will show, just as an extra bonus, you know, hey, so you can get a better visual, you know what I mean? But we will start off with the very first one. Those three are just the extras that I wanted to show you, part of my McFarlane collection. What we're going to get into is the clown from the Spawn movie. Now he came with hair, obviously, you know, he's just getting old or something, you know, nah, just joking, lost the hair, you know, but he came with a gun, and also he has a detachable head, goes on top, because obviously you know that he turns into, and I lost one of the horns here. Well, actually, this horn goes there, and I lost the top one. But, you know, just to keep it, you know, in place. Definitely looking for this figure again. If I do, I will be keeping it in the box. But yeah, you know, I like the clown. You know, I think he's just a really unique character. You know, and he's just not one character, you know, he's just two, you know, and that, I think that's unique for the Spawn universe, you know, is not only do you have an enemy, you have two. You can handle this all day, but you have trouble with the Violator, you know, it's just insane, it really is. Give you a close up what it looks like and everything. Now I'll give you a close up of the attachable head. Right, number 2 from the loose figures is the Creech. This is one of my favorite figures. Love this figure. Oh my god. And this is from the Spawn series 25. This was released back in February of 2004 and is from the first issue of the Creech. Yes. Now this had an awesome box, and it came with this here, and you can sit that right behind the figure itself. And I lost the stands and everything, but you can sit that right behind, and that art right there is inspired for the figure. This is a really awesome figure. Like, each finger does move, you know. I really like this. And this figure right here is so detailed and is just a upgrade from the first Creech that was released, I think, back in the early 90s. But this one, I love this figure. I really do. Really great display piece. You know, I mean, it's just, love this one. The third one from the loose figures. And correct me if I'm saying this, I'm definitely going to be, you know, putting text down for each figure in all the detail and everything. But the way you pronounce this this guy. I'm not sure if it's Ravenous or Ravenous or something, but who I'm about to show is from the comic book series, The Curse of the Spawn, or Curse of the Spawn. And this is a weird character. Very weird character. I love it a lot. I really do. Now, with the figure, it had a lot of accessories. I think it had a little figure with it that was just like its little minion or something. Had something that was in its cavity, like this squishy goo stuff. Definitely had more tentacles. I do have one, kind of just fell off and stuff. It's really kind of hard, to take care of these loose figures, but I am definitely trying to find more of the loose and trying to get just a nice box of the figure itself too. So to give you a better understanding, this is from where it was inspired, and this is issue number 21 from Curse of the Spawn. As you can see, he's on the front cover. Insane character, insane artwork. This is crazy. Love that. Ravenous or Ravenous. Crazy, isn't it? Figure was given to me when I was young. I got a backpack full of just random action figures. Violator. It was a really early figure. It was like a brownish or something. Well, I also got the mechanical or the cyber Violator, and this one is just so sick. I really would like to find this figure again and just have it in the box, because this has gotten tore up and everything. I'm missing his hands. This one's missing, it's missing his whole freaking forearm and hand. I'm missing other stuff. This was a really sick figure. It really was. It's hard to, because I've been having this for years. This is called the MAGA Cyber Violator, and this is from the Spawn Series 10, and it released back in April of '98. This is a really old figure. It really is. It's kind of hard to actually keep it, because I'm originally not from this state. I'm originally from Georgia. So when I packed up everything, I went from place to place to place, and trying to keep these, in really good condition, or it was just really hard. It really was. I'm surprised that I even still have them. I'm glad that I have them, so I can show y'all. But I am on the hunt to find him and find the others. The fifth that we're about to go into, this is another character from the comic book series Curse of the Spawn. This one did come with a female figure. She went by the name of Priest. You'll notice her in the earlier comics, and even in the main motion picture of Spawn. She was one of the people that helped kill Al Simmons, just one of the mercenaries. But this is just the story of Priest and this figure here. This is a really weird guy. I really like this. He goes by the name of Mr. Smith. I remember I will put all the text. I'm just butchering all these names, but this is a really sick figure. And he had the leash right here, and she would be holding the leash that's attached to his collar, and she would control him, and this is her pet, her attack dog in the comic. Still on the lookout for that whole figure set, and including the really awesome figure. I love that. This was in the Spawn Series 13, and the release date of this here was released back in April of 99. Yeah, 99. Oh yeah, Mr. Smith. Don't know, it's a weird name for this, right? I mean, it's called Hell Thing or something. I don't know. This is going to be number 6 in the loose figures and everything. So we already know that McFarlane Toys does, the whole rock and roll theme, of different artists and stuff. He does the movie horror. He does different other movies also. In the past, if you look at his toy line, he did that. Well, he also did mythical creatures also. And this here that I have is Medusa. This is from the Spawn Series 13. And this was released back in April of 99. Now this also had a minion with it. She also had a tail that I'm missing. She also had a few other accessories that she came in the package itself. Do I wish I never opened it? No and yes. I would have never known all the detail that is on this figure itself. I mean, it's just got the wings in the back and snakes. It's a sick figure. I mean, it really is. God, I love that figure. But yeah, I mean that whole series, and I'm definitely looking forward just to have it in the box, because I love everything that's nice and prestige in the box itself. But it's great. It's great for a display piece. 7 is from the comic book series Curse of the Spawn. To give you a reference, this is the comic book and the Spawn that they based it off. This is number 1. I don't have a board for it. I've been having this for years, but this is one of the first printings. This is the original here. Nothing wrong with it. I just need to put it in a better bag, a better board, Well, the figure itself is kind of on the, it's seen better days. You know what I mean? I wish it was better. I mean, it definitely had, this one had a lot of accessories too, I miss them. I think that it came with like a staff. It came with like bats. It definitely had, I think, had wings and shit like that. But I mean, this detail in this figure is so sick. I mean, really. But this here came from the Spawn Series 13 also. And this was released back in April of 99. So, including with the Medusa And this, I mean, come on. I mean, you can't really beat that, you know? That's sick on its own. But I'll give you a quick turnaround. You know, I mean, if you see like all the detail in it, I love the detail. You don't see that in a lot of figures unless that you're trying to spend thousands of dollars on, like, you know, the sideshow collectibles or the Hot Toys. You know, those are really detailed. If you want a detailed figure, get those. But you're gonna have to do an arm and a leg for them, you know. And I've seen people's collections of those Hot Toys. Oh man, and it is just, oh, it's crazy. I mean, it is. But yes, this is Curse of the Spawn, and this is number 8. This is a behemoth. Like, seriously, this is a giant. Biggest figure I actually have, other than Cygord 2. I have him in the box. I haven't taken him out, but the box is, as you saw in like part 1, it is kind of beat up. But this here is my second biggest. I mean, seriously. This behemoth goes by the name of Desecrator. This is, oh my god, sick. Closed mouth. From Doom. You know, the one that is just about this size, and you have to take out its cavity in order to, you know, destroy him. You know, he's got like Gatling guns. I think there's 2 Gatling guns on him. I mean, insane. If you never played Doom, go play it. It will fuck up your mind. I'm serious. But yes, Desecrator. Definitely had a lot more tubes and accessories. And believe it or not, this is from the Spawn Series 13, released back in April of '99. So you go with this, the Curse of the Spawn, and Medusa. I mean, come on. I mean, that's just 3, and I think there's like 6 or 7 that are in the set. Hey, you can't beat that. Cannot detail. Like, there's just a lot of detail to this guy. Like, really. I mean, you see all that? Look at that. Whole thing that's controlling him and everything. I mean, it's just sick. It really is. I mean, he's missing, I think he's missing one eye. Yeah, he's missing one eye. I mean, it's just, now the arms, they do move. The body does move. His legs. The tubes are loose. They don't come out. There is one falling out, which is you know, the purple one. You know, you just hook it right back up in there, just like that. And it's good. But definitely, I wish I could find his feet, because I mean, this is, it sucks that, you know, I lost a lot of this stuff in here. It really does. All right, so so that was, you know, from Series 13, and we're going to jump all the way in to 27, Series 27. This is a really big figure, and I wish I just kept it in the box. You know, I like things in the box. But again, you know, hey, the detail is what I'm drawn to. And when I brought this out, it is definitely a great display piece. I'll tell you what. So this here is Spawn. So goes like this, and Spawn goes on a stand, just like that. It snapped on the bottom, so I gotta do some repair, you know, clean it up and everything. But looking at this figure himself, so much detail. He does not move that much. He's more of like a statue. His legs do move. His hand, I think his head does move, but not much. But he is just amazing. And you see all this detail. I mean, I'll give you a spin around. Good look around of everything. And you know, hey, I've been having these for years, so they are dirty, but I wanted to show y'all, you know. I mean, look at that. Look at all this detail. Look at all this paint. Each layer of his cape, you know. I mean, there's not many accessories that come with him, other than, you know, the chain. You know, the chain is just him, you know. With Al Simmons here, he did come with a stand, which was like right here, go in the hole, and then he kind of just levitates in the air, sort of, you know. And then there's like a kind of like a podium, or like another stand. So it's like a metal pole that goes into the stand itself. And in his hand, he did have a knife, and there was another knife in this hand too. In this pocket that you see here is a little gun that you can pull out, and it's, you can see that's like detailed, you know. But yeah, it goes in there, that little gun holster. I mean, it's just a really, really sick figure. Really great display piece. If you have this in your collection, then you know that you definitely got something good, you know. But that also came with it was a reference of what it was based off. And this came inside the box itself, so you can stand it right beside the figure itself as you're displaying it. But this right here is a better reference. This is the actual comic, and this is Spawn issue 86. Sick cover, and this is in great condition. This guy is boarded, it's bagged. I mean, this is a really, really great condition comic. But to give you a reference of, you know, what it was based off of, I mean, you can't beat that. I think that's just a great figure from what it was from the art. This is going to be number 10 out of the loose figures. This is Spawn from issue 131. And I really, really love the take on this Spawn here, because he's different. He's not like the Commando Spawn, you know. He's more of like a mercenary, or, you know, just, I don't know, Middle Eastern kind of Spawn, you know. He's just, I really, really like this. I mean, it's just, love the stance of it. And the main accessories are the chains, which are already attached, and they are attached to him, and the big old gun that he has too. Does not move that much. The right here on his shoulder does not move, only where his above his elbow moves back and forth. His legs do move. Does come with the stand itself. That leg does not move. This hand over here does move if you want to, you know, position this hand in a different position to hold the gun in a different of what it is. And we'll do a side-by-side comparison of the figure and the comic. Figure that y'all will like that, you know. I mean, you get a reference of what the artwork looked like, what it was based off, and the figure itself. So sick, isn't it? Love that. It's going to be from still the Series 27, from Spawn issue 85. You probably already know what's about to come up, because if you're a Spawn fanatic like me, McFarlane Toy fanatic like me, you already know what comic. Series 27, issue Spawn 85. This is it. This figure was released back in March of 05, including the other two from issue 131 back in March of 05. The Al Simmons, all in the same series, all released in the same year, the same month. But I really love this figure too. I love the stance. He does come with a stand itself. You know, he stands on like bones and trash and stuff. Only 1 foot goes into the stand, and it's going to be this foot here. So he props himself on there, and he's just, you know, just standing on it and just yelling, you know. But I mean, it's a sick figure. Like, it really is. All this detail in his cape, the way it is, I mean, it's a really sick figure. And I also do have this comic here. So this is Spawn issue 85. And I mean, looking at what this is and what it was based off, you can see all the detail. You see like just a small percentage of the detail, you know, through the plastic clamshell, you know. But I mean, when you bring it out of that clamshell and you see the detail and the work, the craftsmanship that go into all these figures, it amazes you. It really does. Because I mean, it just makes you want more and more and more and more and more, you know. But I mean, this right here, this is what I do. This is what I love. This is what I love to show y'all. In that was just a smaller comparison of the comic itself, so you could just stand this right beside the figure as you display it with your Spawn. From issue 85, from the Spawn series 27, released back in March of 05. All right, so we're going to move on. I got a Clown. I really like Clown. He's a very unique character, you know. But this one here, this one is so sick. He is based off new art. He's not from a comic book, not from in the back of the pages, not fan art. He's just based off new artwork that they were like, hey, that looks cool. Let's make a figure. Let's push it out with the Series 27. So this is Clown from Spawn Series 27. And you see what I'm talking about. Sick. He's carrying bones in his hand, and the accessories are the pots and pans which hooks up into one of these skulls down here. There is a trash can lid that hooks in to the bottom of the base. He does stand right here. He hooks here and he hooks here. He does not move that much. His legs do not. He's more of a statue figure, you know, not an action figure, not one bit. His head, his hands, like where his wrists are, and his elbow that moves, and that's pretty much it. And it does, I think it does this on the same one. But looking at everything, I mean, it definitely is a sick figure. I mean, also comes with this too. You know, you can just place it anywhere, and it just looks like he's just standing on sewer junk. You know, this right here, if you look at it, it's a sink. You know, I'll give you a good look around so you can see all the detail and everything. I mean, it's serious detail. I mean, you can see the freaking stitching in his pants. You can see his belt. Look at the creases in the jacket. I mean, you can even see the torn sock that he's wearing, you know? I mean, he is just a really, really sick figure. Really. I like this a lot. I mean, look, I mean, I stare at him and I'm like, do you have this? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I mean, he is just, there is 2 of the clown figures that I'm looking for. There's one where he is carrying a pizza. It's a whole pizza, and it's dripping and everything. It's tearing apart. It's a very cheesy pizza. And in the other hand, he has the pizza, you know, and I think it comes with like rats and stuff like that. Very detailed figure too. There's another one that's sort of the same casting, but a little bit different. But it was more Halloween themed. He's got his face that is painted as a pumpkin, and I think he's like carrying knives with him. I mean, he looks sick too. So those 2, if y'all see them, holler at me, because I will buy, I will trade, I will do anything to get those 2 in my collection. But yeah, this right here is Clown. This is Clown 5 out of the Spawn Series 27, released back in March of 05. And this is a comparison of the art, and you get this in the package too. And you can just, you know, display it. Last figure. I know you want to see more, but you know, hey, I told you I have a small handful of, you know, Spawn stuff, and I am just building and building to get more so I can keep showing y'all. I really am. But for the last figure, this is a major enemy of Spawn. Y'all already know about, you know, Overkill and Violator and Clown and the Redeemer and Angela. You know, there is just so many, you know, the Creep, you know, I mean, there is just so many different villains that Spawn has to fight, you know. But this one is more along the lines of, you know, Violator, but he is just more of a muscular Violator, kind of like what you see now in the newer comics of Spawn. You see the more beefy Violator, you know, the beefy Clown. You know, what I'm drawn to is more of the skinny Violator and the fat Clown. The muscular is just new artwork, you know, for, I think it's issue 319. Yeah. There's multiple colors for issue 319 of Spawn. You can see where muscular Clown is transforming into Violator, and it's just a really sick cover. If you don't have that comic, get it, because I'm getting it. I already got one, you know, on its way, so stay tuned and I will show y'all. I will. All right, so let's get into this. This is Trimmer. This is number 3, and this is, we're gonna take a step back. So this is Spawn Series 26. This was released back in October of 2004. Really, really sick figure. Give you a close-up of what he looks like. I mean, he is just There's not many accessories. I mean, he comes with this and himself, and you get that comparison right there, you know. This is trimmer number 3 in the series. The other 2 I really weren't fond of. There was also one with the Spawn animated series. I really like that series because it's different. It's different artwork, you know. It's just more of a cartoony kind of Spawn series, you know. But yeah, there is not many movable parts. His wrist, his arm here, just at the elbow. That's all you can turn. His whole waist does turn, but probably only like a quarter, maybe halfway. His leg does, and up to about his thigh does work. But above his knee moves too, so you can get a different stance out of him. This right here, so his arm on this side does not move, but his wrist does, and also his head does move too. There's not many movable parts, but you know, it all depends on how you want to display him. Really great display piece. I love this figure. Like, this is like one of my top 5 here too. You know, because I mean the detail and the way it stance, the way that it just looks at you, like, are you sure you want to fuck with me? Like, really? Because you ain't gonna have a good day after I'm finished. You know, that kind of, you know. But that presence, the presence of this figure, the detail of this figure. God, I love McFarlane Toys. I'm telling you, man. But yeah, that was part 2 of the toy room breakdown of all my McFarlane Toys, the loose figures. And you know, hey, there was some bonus there too. You saw the DVD, you saw the Rob Zombie, you know, and you saw the Wings of Redemption. That was sick, wasn't it? You know, but yeah, that's it. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Channel's going strong, you know. Hey, I got plenty more toy hunts coming. You know, I got plenty more content. So stay tuned, you know, tell everybody about the channel. Let's just keep it going, you know. Tell everybody to subscribe, you know, just tell them. All right, so like I was telling you, you know, I got all that coming. I am working on doing a whole like comic thing. I want to show y'all my comic collection too, that I got. And I have a lot, and I think that for each episode I want to do at least 5 and, you know, go into detail on how the comic is and who the artists are and the release date and how, you know, prestige it is and the condition. And, you know, you can leave down in the comments, you know, which one is your favorite and stuff like that. And also, hey, tell me down in the comments for this video, which was your favorite Spawn figure? Which one do you have? Which one do you plan on getting for your collection? You know, hey, tell me, because I like to know. I love to know what y'all have, what you have in your collection, what I inspire you, what inspires, you know, your collection. You know, I like to know that, because the people that are in the same interest of what I do is what drives me, and it just keeps going and going and going. Because I mean, this is what I do. You know, hey, I'm a toy collector, and this is what I have a passion for. And you know, hey, that's it. You know, but thank y'all for tuning in. You know, and I'll see you on this coming up week. At the end of the week, I got a new pickups of the week, so stay tuned for that. Like I said, I got many more toy hunts. Oh yeah, that's right. Big news. Yes. The Comic-Con that is coming to Birmingham, Alabama for the 9th and the 10th. I am going to be bringing y'all footage of that Comic-Con, so y'all got to stay tuned. That is coming in October, so that's, you know, that's enough time right there to anticipate. Oh man, where is it at? Oh my God, you know. But that's going to be a 2-day event, and I'm going to do everything, and I'm going to be, you know, wearing this shirt here. You know, I gotta show this shirt off. I got to. We're going to be going through, you know, figures. We're going to be going through comics. There's supposed to be a lot of like guest stars there. A lot of people from the original Power Rangers is going to be guest starring there. So hey, so y'all know what it is. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. This right here showcases all the box figures. Right up at top, you got the main board game, all the box figures, and we went over a lot of the small figures, the loose figures. I got everything that is displayed. I didn't go over this one. Bonus loose figure. This is a anime girl that I got from a anime con back in Georgia of 03 or 04. I saw it and I said, yes, please. Only animated figure that I got. But yeah, that's it.